Hello. Today we're going to talk about the preterite tense, the simple past tense. This is the first of two past tenses we'll talk about. This is on page 189 in the book, and the graphic you see in front of you is from that page. It's the three conjugations of regular verbs in the past in the preterite, AR, ER, and IR. So I'll just talk through the conjugation of those. The first one's lavar, to wash. Yo lavé, tú lavaste. Usted lavó, ella lavó. Nosotros lavamos. Ellos lavaron. All right. A lot of times people want to put the accent on the last part of that lavaron, but it's not on the last syllable. It's on the second to last. So it's not lavaron. It's lavaron. All right. So here goes comer. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comieron. Same there for that last syllable. The accent is on the second to last syllable. Comieron, not comieron. Comieron. Now here we go with salir. Salí, saliste, salió, salimos, salieron. So you need to learn these conjugations just like you did the present tense. They have similar patterns. You just have to learn them. And once again, these are the regular ones. All regular verbs follow a certain pattern, and these are a few of those. A few other notes about these. When you have a reflexive verb, and I'm looking on number 3 on page 189 right now. It's just like in present tense. The pronoun goes before the verb. Number 4, gustar, just like in the present, there's only 2 ways to conjugate it, gusto and gustaron, just third person singular and plural. And besides that, it's used in the same way. Number 5, there's a few spelling things. When you have a verb that ends with car in the first person in the past, like yo, that car changes to que. That's just to maintain the k sound. So the examples there, yo busque. The same goes for verbs ending in gar, but that spelling changes from gar to gue with an accent. And then you have verbs that end with zar, and that the z just changes to a c. The example there is yo empecé. All right, there's one more note on the spelling on the next page is 190, number 6 out of these. Talks about some ER verbs. Usually these are ones that there's a vowel right before the IR ending or the ER ending. In these cases, in the third person, instead of having EO with an IO, it's a YO, which actually the way it sounds doesn't make any difference at all. It's just a spelling thing. All right, there's one more note on the spelling on the next page is 190, number 6 out of these. Talks about some ER verbs. Usually these are ones that there's a vowel right before the IR ending or the ER ending. In these cases, in the third person, instead of having EO with an IO, it's a YO, which actually the way it sounds doesn't make any difference at all. It's just a spelling thing. All right, so for the classwork you got to turn in today, we're going to do activities 533, 534, and 535. I'll say some details about each one real quick. So in 533, the verbs are already conjugated for you. Please notice that they're all in the first person, and then there's a question afterwards. All of those are in the second person. So you're basically saying what you did and then asking somebody else what they did. So just fill in the details in the spaces that make sense in what you actually did in your life. A lot of them have to do with what time you did things or who you did them with. All right, the next one, 534, is a good practice for a composition that you're going to have to do here coming up pretty soon. So there are a few guidelines here for 534. First, you conjugate the verbs in the form of nosotros. So it's you and at least one other person doing all these things or having done them all in the past. You'll see a bunch of verb phrases in the little blue box. You need to put those in a logical order that you might actually have done those things on vacation. And then the last little purple box says use these words to kind of move the story along. Primero, luego, después de, antes de, por la tarde, por último. All right, the last one is 535 on the next page, 191. We're going to do this slightly different than the book wants you to do it. So you're just going to take these 6 phrases that have verb infinitives. You're going to formulate a question, a yes or no question, so asking you, and then answer that question with your actual information, yes or no, and then make sure you repeat the verb in the first person in the answer. So here's an example of what number 1 would sound like. ¿Estudiaste por más de 2 horas ayer? And the answer would be something like, sí, estudié por más de 2 horas. O no, no estudié por más de 2 horas. So write out all of these questions and all of the answers 1 to 6.